Alright, let's go ahead and get started here. With the very first thing we need to do for this stream, go to a public lobby. Though it will probably take a second to actually reflect in game though, so let's give it a few minutes to propagate. In the meanwhile though, who do we want to play? Let's start out with a mass man. Go ahead and start buying all our things too, so we can save some time. Buy all our meds. Buy all the ammo. Probably sell some things too. Hey Big Bill, how's it going? Hey Ivan, it's community stream day, so open lobby. And we're gonna be playing the game with an open lobby. So, multiplayer experience today, unlike normal. Means as I wait... Alright, now we can see everyone. They can see us. Let's start out with Frozen Swamp 2, yeah. Let's go ahead and, yeah, continue buying stuff. Not early today. Normal time today. Alright, loadout wise. Probably need to buy some guns too, to be honest. I think a lot of these are probably mods though too. Hey Knight, how's it going? I'll fix that with Gorilla real quick. How would you like a bunch of data? Alright, there's Ludroth. Hey, boo-boo. Alright, so he's good now. Continue upgrading our guns. What's our first gun? Let's just do an RPK run for most part. Yeah, we'll wait for a few more minutes, basically. So yeah, go ahead. We are in no rush here. No rush. And then what else? Sure. All of those work. We have AK ammo. And we'll just bring some meds and we'll be good. I'm good. Knight, thanks for asking. Alright, have my flashlight. Can I see who's in the lobby other than this? Oh, my HUD's off, that's why. HUD on. Still can't see him, interestingly enough. If I go over to here, yeah. Why can't I talk to you all of a sudden? Huh. There we go. Okay, it popped up. We'll fix it later. We're getting attacked by a dog. We can go and get started here. Just the loudest you can possibly be, understood. 35 med kits. Alright, we can go ahead and get started though. We're going to join after this one. I get this strange sense we're going to see HKs on this map for some reason. Between the GM6 and the Vepr with just tons of ammo.
I hate the surface. I hate the surface.
No? What do you mean no? Definitely not going loud. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, he spawned in hurt, by the way. Guess that bug is still there. Alright, I need containers. Be a real shame if dog spawned and just one-shot you through all of the... No, you're probably high enough prestige though where dog can't one-shot you, actually. I would not be surprised if you're maxed out on Mass Man. Alright, there's a patrol above us. You were a problem for the dog? Okay, we'll go to cemetery next. We'll watch you 1v1 the dog. Alright, I have great news, by the way. I need the train schedules. Means we're going down the staircase. Very quiet here today so far. Okay, there's two. No turret, or is it gonna pop in? Okay, there's AODs. Is there really only one? Hey, what? Did they do something where they like reversed how the spawns work with people? You get less spawns with more people? Well, that's normal though. But usually these staircases are hell though, right? Leave your ammo, right? Yeah. Go, Scrambler, go! And not even that, just the spawns seem to be very minimal right now. Ow.
This is a bad place. Full of bad people.
Alright. It's dead. Convoy, there we go. Alright, all the convoys are done. Do you have any quests at all, or no, Ludroth? You didn't take any quests? Can't believe it. Alright, over to the train yard. Or I guess the train rail. Railway? There we go, railway. Those H kids already? Look what you did with your GM6. Look what you did. Can we walk on these? Nope. It's not real. Alright, there's this way up over here too we can take, as opposed to the other way. You know, it'd be like really gnarly. It's not really possible considering, like, it's not like really something that I would ever see happening. But just like imagine like a night shift version of this map where you're like navigating the waterways via like a small little rowboat, trying to be stealthy. I mean, yeah, I didn't really go into depth about mech. First of all, thanks. Yeah, I didn't really go into depth about Mech Trench at all or Scrapyard, but they're basically in the same pattern of older maps, right? Where, like, I will say for like a set piece, Scrapyard is probably like the best out of the older maps in regards to like this is one point of interest, and it's a very thorough one. It could use more, but it's not bad. Mech Trench, I would say, definitely has an issue in regards to quality and quantity of points of interest. There's just not a lot there, and the points of interest that are there are pretty shallow. They're not very interesting. Like, they are aesthetically cool, don't get me wrong. I do enjoy Mech Trench as a map as a whole, but like, it has the issue like Cemetery where once you play Mech Trench once or twice, you've kind of played Mech Trench for your next X amount of times. I wouldn't mind NVGs eventually, right? Or infrared. Be cool, but like, yeah, imagine just like going through like this area and like on a rowboat at night and just like ever so often going to shore and like looting surroundings. He said, I would never expect that to actually be a thing, but it would just, it's like thematically cool in my head. But yeah, no, I think Mech Trench definitely has an issue in regards to just like it's very. I feel like Mech Trench is probably just like a symptom of being an old map, like one of the first maps they probably made. But like if they combine the verticality of say a map like this to Mech Trench, it'd be so cool. Especially with more flying units too. Like you could almost have like a layered slice of different combat going on at each level. Do we have an XO? Nope. It's always just like so crazy how Europa body and for like regular Europa infantry get bodied by Ruskins so hard. Come on. The impenetrable staircase. We're getting flanked. But yeah, they're coming from outside. Cyborgs? Yeah, cyborgs. Alright, let's scoop up all the loot. There's the HKs. Or I guess the HK, depending on how many we get. And which one. I know there are containers in here, I guess. Let's go find you a friend, Ludroth. Let's see if your friend's here, rather, I guess. He's fighting over there. Or really looking like what's over here. No containers. I will say though, out of everything, it is actually surprising they like added in the chance for containers to be there or not so early in. When you think of a game like Tarkov that took years to actually add it. All right, is your friend here? Doesn't feel like it, Ludroth. I guess we'll have to go to cemetery to find your friend. Yeah, you're trying to find your friend. For those unaware, this is one of the few spawns, but this is like the only area where you can see a grabber on this map naturally. What, did you just take a shot at me with a grenade launcher? Thank God for that tree. Ow.
Calculation.
No? What do you mean no?
Always a pleasure, folks.
I'm rich. I wonder how close I am to prestige with Bassman. Because I'm literally one level away too from being outside of range of dog. Not even close. Understood. Hey, Reggie. It's a fun game, yeah, brawler. It's got that simplistic loop of extraction shooters, which if you like, it usually holds well, pretty well. If you like the simple loop, it will keep your attention for quite some time. Alright, 556. A few meds. We probably shouldn't take that. I don't know, they haven't mentioned it at all, right? Like, unlike, like, we knew Gunhead was coming for, like, a long time now. Alright, we'll give anyone a few seconds if they want to join, or a few minutes if they want to join. But I have great news. Alright, are you still bugged? There we go. Buy music. Buy some TVs. We have a tree, we have a shrine, we have all the big stuff now. I think apparently people were saying this is broken now, but I guess we can find out. Which one? How it still works? Yep. I wasn't planning on it unless you want to bring some. If I get grabbed, I'm not getting grabbed, you're getting grabbed. We're not gonna try to fight dog, it's just that if it happens, it happens. And naturally, you'll save me, right? With your 2k plus HP, right? Right? Oh, I think it has to do... It seemed when I turned on and off HUD, so it felt like maybe if you go into the innards with the HUD off, you probably can't see it. Alright, let's run it. You're not ready. You're bringing all of the cryo ammo. Oh no, I don't want cryo. I'm using a M4, man. We'll be fine. Just don't get seen. It's that simple. I like your shovel head. It's just this simple, just don't be seen. It would be kind of funny if, like, an April Fool's update, we had, like, units renamed to that. Like a, a unit with a spear, a unit with a giant hand that just, like, they just smack you with it. No grabbing, just slapping.
I hate the surface.
Oh, by the way, I have great news, Ludroth. I definitely picked up Alpha Threat. Your dog's to our right, we can go down left this way now. Gotta go fast though. Oh Lord, it's coming. They heard you. That's fine. Is that door closed below us? Yeah, that door is closed. And one of the doors is not closable, but the dog is technically trapped now. So we should be okay. Yeah, technically the best kind of trapped. Alright, I got my book. Come here, you. Come on. Where do I need to hit? Look. Here, come on. Alright, I got it. That doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good. It teleported.
We don't have enough gear to survive this. Check those corners.
Oh, well, it can kind of be trapped.
Like getting out.
Isn't Alpha Threat fun? This is what Alpha Threat makes his map into.
Enough gear to survive this.
Oh, behind. Scoop up all the loot. It's not sprinting, it's called tactical distancing. But yeah, by the way, I'm not sure where Dog is, but he definitely teleported already. Did he teleport back though?
Maybe it'll be too busy eating something else. All signs point to death here.
Gotta find the radios. We definitely are getting done. Like, unfortunately, most of the radio spawns are in the danger place, the pipes. Are you leaving? You don't want to be here anymore? Can you actually shoot through that? I don't think so. Oh, by the way, behind you. Oh, they despawned. We're good.
Well, we're still here. Let's count for something.
Yeah, I don't think the dog likes the sound of Vepers. Alright, let's go do a Mesa now. If you want to try something too, you can try being fire support from the Shanty Tower if you want. I'll go over to bunker. So you can actually, you know, do some sniping. It's open lobby. Feel free. That's what today is. We go ahead and select Ashen Mesa though, so people know. You should just see us in the squads list here. Eventually. It's probably the easiest way of doing it. Because there's just a public lobby right now. Dr. Grillo again. Plenty of 308. These are all wash. You work though. But yeah, if you go to the lobbies over here, you should see us in here on Ashmedia City Ruins. You should just see my name, Kilpo. Probably the easiest way of doing it. Meanwhile, though, let me sell some more things. I'm so poor now, too. Upgrades are expensive. I'm guessing that's you, Reggie? No, he's not. Back before they added in Lordos. How many did you add in? Nah. Ooh, and M16 in there too. So back before they added in Lordos, when you actually came over here, it said Aramaki instead. But since Lordos is here now, we do not have Aramaki in the innards. It kind of makes a bit of sense too. I think in part of Lordos's like lore, right, is he actually talks to the other factions or traders for us, or acts as like a way to talk. And like Grillo is this, like this says Grillo too, but this is not really Grillo. So it feels like we're basically contacting outside sources, and they like when we buy stuff, they send it like a caravan in. You just talk to him, he'll give you quests for cigarettes. I know people are having issues with it though too. It's like a bit buggy apparently. You can go ahead and get started here. Whenever you two are ready. Oh, you guys need stuff too. You basically just talk to him and he'll give you quests to give him cigarettes, and just keep talking to him when you have cigarettes. And then he'll, you know, give you the rewards and then tell you stuff. I wonder if this is supposed to be here. This feels like maybe one too many doors was put here and they were forgotten. Like, these two doors make sense. This third one feels like maybe out of place. Are you supposed to be here, door? I can understand the two, but I think this one's not supposed to be here. Unplayable. Alright, just waiting on you to ready up then, Rage. But flashlights? Yeah, flashlight's definitely a flashbang. Yeah, usually you can't snipe in this game because the LOD is just, or like rather, they don't spawn when you're that far away. But because we're playing as a 2 or 3 man group right now, we can just go do our own thing, and he can snipe on top of his thing now. Yeah, it's a bit buggy. I heard people too, saying that you need to have, like, despite him only wanting like basics or imports, you need to have like X of each, something like that. It worked for me when I sat down and did it all at once, so I'm just not sure what the bugs are. I heard someone say too, like, you need to make sure you have a like open quest inventory. Like, you can't apparently do it when you have 3 quests in your inventory already, but I'm not sure. We have been noticed.
You got some sort of plan?
I put a turret down. I'm kind of curious too, if we put you up here, Ludroth, and we have you do fire support from across the map, will it aggro things to us or aggro things to you? Like if you snipe from here all the way to bunker, right? Are these really like 3 fucking photos? Okay, well, the curse of looting all. I picked up 3 photographs of some EODs and they're very upset. I guess that's one downside of looting all, right? Picking up 3 pictures were 17 credits each, but they really don't like it. Alright, you can stay here, I guess, if you want to. I'm gonna go across the map now to bunker, and we can see how it goes with sniping. Anything good? I mean, we're just messing around right now. We're actually gonna try out, like, long-range sniping, or fire support, I guess. To see if, like, our Samsung smart fridge can help us across the planet, across the expanse here. With kind of the, basically, like, the thing is to see if, like, does him shooting across the map aggro things to us? Because even at this point, right, this is like where he can't see things spawn anymore from his spot. He'll never see things spawn on road. There you go, there's a gotcha. I don't need it. Alright, so we're at bunker now, so if you want to engage I guess your bullets, your shooting. There's some cyborgs right outside. Or right inside, rather. You missed? Unfortunately, they're already aggro, too. Can you see my pings over here? Can you see these 2 right here? They're going up top now. I believe in you. Oh, interesting. You can't even see them that far away. They're not even drawing for you? Huh. You saw the ones out here, though, did you? Like, do you not see the cyborgs patrolling across the center right now? Like the ones I'm pinging right now? Oh, interesting. They don't even draw for you. Huh, curious. Well, that's something new. That's not bad, I guess, then. I'm curious, then, like, what's causing them to, like, you can see these guys on the road. Try shooting them, see what happens. I'm curious if they have to us. If you can see these guys down here. Why do you say hostile? Well, I guess because they're probably the feral ones, I guess. Yeah, I think they're all heading to you. That's nice to know, at least. It's not gonna aggro to us, I guess. It goes to the people actually shooting. Maybe there's something about bunker where you just can't see inside of it, though we have, like, actually fought, what's his name before, though? At bunker. Tormentor. Like, we actually see him inside. Yeah, it's weird, though, too, because I've actually seen quest units over here, though. Not the actual regular units, and able to shoot them. Like, Tormentor will occasionally spawn on this path here in the center and then walk back and forth like the patrol. I guess some special rule for Tormentor request units. You can sit there if you want, by the way. You can hit dust if you want. We have learned. So you can kind of do sniping. It seems that, like, you can kind of get away with it in some spots. Like, you usually, from where Ludroth was at, you can't usually snipe things on the road because they're not spawned yet. So, like, you do get some benefit out of, like, having a sniper somewhere. Kind of what we're running around looting.
As perfect a day as any.
You can't even see Ludroth anymore on the HUD either. He's too far away. There he is. There's a log box over there if you want it, because I'm already full. I only got one slot. Oh, Jesus Christ, FPS drops. Where'd my frames go? Ludroth, are you in? Where are you at? What are you up to? You doing crimes? Lots of bodies here. Yeah, sort of, kind of. You can kind of do it. It's not that. It's like, it's not great, but it's not that bad. Hold on. Let's go rescue Ludroth real quick. We got EODs like really early, but we haven't. Have we seen any yet? They always do. They're just like killing you. I think that's probably the definition of a crime. Alright, we're gonna head out. I didn't see Tormentor or Sniper at all. Yeah, I mean, like, I still think it rings true how I think they artificially lowered the velocity of a lot of guns. The larger caliber ones, for sure. Like, there is the argument for aesthetics, but I think it's more of just, like, not having you get, like, obliterated constantly by the targeting bug. Hey, Bells.
It's like Christmas came early.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't get out of that raid. Yeah, rage. There's no way. There's no freedom. I don't even notice it on most maps because most maps are pretty small. It seems like the spawn and despawn triggers are usually way more aggressive than necessarily the rendering distance. Like, you'll usually hit a despawn trigger way before you actually probably hit the max rendering range. Because that map is like... Because remember, yeah. I think we usually hit despawns before then. All right, next map. Let's do a scrapyard. Scrapyard's always fun. You can see how chaotic it gets. Alright, where are you? No, you're here somewhere. Yeah, usually I don't... There are the large units that seem to break the rules, like the medium mechs. But I think it's mainly just handled by spawn and despawn triggers right now. It's Lil Papa. It's different. It's basically like, it's a single POI, sort of like Cemetery and sort of like Scorched Enclave, and it's basically smaller than both. But it's just like a straight corridor with a few small side corridors of just combat. It's just like a get in, like it's basically like it's in essence is the pure definition of a raid. You get in, you kill some stuff, you get the loot, and then get out quickly. You can stay there for quite a while, but like for the most part, it's just like a very small, concise map. And like the only benefit it really has over like a map like Cemetery is that you can approach it in a more stealthy aspect or a more combat focused aspect, and you're not really rewarded or punished by either. Like you can't really do excessive combat on Cemetery because the dog will just glitch out and spawn in your side or teleport. But Nexus, you can try to be stealthy. You can actually be pretty stealthy too for the most part. And then, and if you want to go guns blazing, you can go guns blazing. Rumble, I'm not sure if it'll necessarily have a main story in the future. Like it might have a narrative, but like not like a traditional like story like Baldur's Gate or something like that, right? Like a linear story. But I can definitely see scenarios, right, where it might have like emergent storytelling through things that happen in the game and like the journey of you and your innards along the way. It can. The spawns on Nexus can bug out a bit, but like it does have a lot of infantry versus infantry combat once you get inside. Especially on the afternoon variant. You'll have a ton of Europans fighting a ton of Euruskins usually. Or cyborgs usually too. But yeah, it's a... Depending on the variant of Nexus you get, it can be a lot of those, yeah. Do you guys feel like perhaps Ludruff made a type of mistake and meant to bring 900 rounds and not 90 rounds of 50 cal? I mean, I'm not going to judge. If you wanted to bring 90 rounds of 50 cal, that could have been the case, but... Alright, so yeah, we have the variant here of, where we should see a lot of just natural combat happening. Oh, you brought the fancy rig? Do you have, like, 500 turrets? I feel like if we ever made this much noise, like, we should, like, warn a bomber. Just, like, a single bomb gets dropped on us. Oh. Do any of you want a gacha? It's literally right there. Alright, turrets, do your thing. Pivot around. The unsilenced RPD for Gunhead sounds freaking dope. It's got some very meaty sound to it. Well, that's all 3 waves, so I'm sorry, turrets. You did your job, but it's time to go inside. It's goofy, but like it actually like fits too, right? Also, like it makes him feel like kind of a glitchy sort of robot, like that. It's not remotely smooth at all. Like I don't. It definitely threw me off at first, but like that kind of fits. I'm okay with it. But like, kind of what we see here is what I kind of hope with Cemetery in the future. Like, you have a bunch of like side paths and alleyways and nooks and crannies to like sneak around with on this map. It's still like very linear and combat focused, but like you can try and play stealthy and not like be a little ninja. But as you can tell, yeah, it's a very combat focused map. Gotta be careful. I can't heal. Who's shooting me? So rude. Yeah, like that could definitely be a reason, for example, of like the artistic, like sort of slow tracer fire, is they want to kind of show you all of like the cool stuff going on. They want to have like all of, like the flak and all of the tracers going through. Like once you get up to a certain volume of fire though, you can kind of have that even with like realistic speeds. Yeah. I have no idea what map they're gonna do next. I don't think we're gonna see a map as big as Streets. They could do it, but keep in mind, like, Streets took BSG a very long time to do because they had to figure out how to, like, they basically, before Streets, they didn't really need to call large portions of the map. But when they started doing Streets, they realized, like, oh shit, we need to actually, like, properly figure out how to block line of sights, how to, like, you know, unload and unload things dynamically. Well, that's fair too, like, Rumble, like kind of like the new map, where every playstyle works. And, like, don't get me wrong, a map like Streets would be fucking really cool, like a giant map like that. But I know, for example, with Elephant Mausoleum, apparently it used to be part of Mech Trenches and Scrapyard. Those 3 maps were one, and it was just too heavy on performance. It's zombie. And that's partially probably because, too, like, Elephant is a very flat map. It's probably not the easiest to call all areas of that map. If you, I don't want to say just Google, there are, like, out of all of the characters, Toothy probably has, like, most of the art actually out there. If you go to the wiki, I think it has a few pictures of the, him and, like, diagrams in the wiki. So go to the Forever Winter wiki, go to Toothy's page, and I believe at the very bottom there should be a few pictures of, like, concept art of Toothy and, like, other aspects of Toothy. Like one of the few characters we actually have, they're pretty thoroughly. Be a little pop, but there's definitely still plenty of quests too that do say, I think, Eurasian. but perhaps that might just be also, I do think they were probably seeing like the drone model being moved to one side over the other. Yeah, one of those two. I think it was Critical Rocket. I don't think Rillo. That's not Rillo's MO. Usually much broader topic than that. Yeah, and I do think, Rumple, like the way that Frozen Swamp does a very thorough job of giving you space, but removing, like, it gives you a lot of space on the map to like make the map feel big and make it for like plenty of locations on the map, but all of the water and deep water on that map do a good job of giving space, but not really any content there, letting them focus on the other areas, right? You can have a bunch of packed POIs on that map and have that feel big without having to deal with all of the negative areas. Negative being like nothing there areas. And it kind of makes me feel like how maps like Elephant Mausoleum and Mesa should be in some capacity. Like, they both have a bunch of just empty space, which does have a purpose for the bigger units, right? But I feel like you can still have bigger units with like things in between or obstacles in between. What map next? We've done Swamp, we've done Mesa, we've done Scrapyard. We're down to these two now. Let's do a Mech Trench. Mood is one aspect too, but like, what I'm really trying to say here is that in the areas that are just used for space and to make the map feel big, they don't kind of, those areas are not like gameplay areas. They lock it off almost by deep water, right? You like, and it gives a good ability to create space on the map without having naturally playable areas of the map. Because think of it this way, think of if all of the water on Frozen Swamp was just like hilly or like flattish land, it would feel kind of empty again, right? If all of the water was just flat land. And having it be water is a good way of making it feel thematic and appropriate and a hazard without necessarily having it just be like an empty area. It's having your empty areas actually be something. And it makes it a lot easier too, right? Like having to fill in those spaces of actual real content is time consuming and can feel forced too. Let's not use Painless here because we're doing, well, actually we could do Painless here again. Let's go over to Baghdad. All right, where are you at? Barbed wire or trenches or just like the way I see honestly, and like honestly Zombie 2, Mausoleum actually has plenty of perfectly fine navigation spots. Like you already have all of the trench, like for me, the trench lines of Mausoleum aren't really the destination. They're the filler, right? They're the things that are kind of easy to do. Trench lines, weaving trench lines, so on and so forth. But you have the journey on that map, personally for me, should be navigating those trench lines. And those trench lines should take you to different areas, right? Like the hangar, like, for example, a medical area, so on and so forth. But there's just so, the POIs there are so few and far between and inconsequential in that regard, where it feels like when you're wandering through these trench lines, they're not that dangerous just for grabber, but B, there's not really enough substance between the trench lines to make it feel like a full map. And it's like, the two biggest areas on the map, the hangar and the medical bay area, are like right next to each other. You absolute fiends. Oh, I just need one request here. We're gonna 2 requests. Where is it? There we go. In a nutshell, yeah, it's kind of like the lore of TF2. Hey, Atrub. Sure, if you want to elaborate, Atrub, on what you don't agree with it with, please go ahead. I don't mind a discussion. Please tell me what you don't like.
If you lose contact with the crew, stay there. We'll find you.
The gang out here. Little Papa. We're all gonna die. I mean, you're a robot. You shouldn't have to face the consequences of death. All right, everyone. You ready? Kill the Exo.
Keep track of those bad guys.
The poor Exo. Oh, your poor GPU. Yeah, the fire effect goes real hard. It's real pretty, but it goes real hard. And it also does a good job of blinding you too if you get close to it. But on Rage is looting. Check Rage. Alright. Well, that's fair. All right, loot up, Mr. Gremlins, little gremlins. Scoop up all the loot. I got a date with a plug hole over here. I definitely do think Rumple, like, dynamic weather and, like, events would be really cool. I'm sure they're coming too, like artillery strikes, bombs, so on and so forth. I imagine that's all probably coming in the near future. Modifiers for maps like that too. Like, modifiers like that to maps add a lot of replayability too, right? Because everything can feel different. Yeah, Sleepy, I mean, like, I don't mind customization all that much. I just wanted to feel more consequential than it currently does. Like, sure, it can be placeholder for now, but like the minus 0.1, the plus 0.01, I'd much rather have like attachments that feel much more like bayonets, or like things that kind of change how the gun functions in a much bigger way. Like, I wouldn't mind having heavy customization, but I would much rather have fewer but more impactful than a lot and not very impactful. Mish, it can be just, it's not bad per se, it's just hard. I will say, like, if you get very specify, Samsung, did you just turn on the meat grinder? What was I saying? So yeah, Gunhead's like, if you get used to playing Gunhead early, a lot of the other characters will probably feel much more forgiving, because Gunhead kind of forces you to play in a certain way, much more conservatively, right? Because of your inability to heal. And so if you start out with Gunhead, it's gonna be really hard at first, but like as you go to other characters from Gunhead, it's gonna feel a lot easier after that. Getting flanked? Yeah, flanked. No problem. Oh no, like, yeah, that's like definitely a hallmark too of like, it's definitely one aspect, Sleepy, of why people like extraction shooters. Because they generally have the customization there, and like you can kind of tailor your gun to how you like to play perfectly. Because a game like Tarkov, right, has had so many years now to like give you all those options. So that's kind of Atro, it's a perfectly valid point. It's kind of, I didn't go too in depth with it, but it's kind of why I specified not an ending, but a conclusion. And what I mean by that, right, is think of a game like Risk of Rain, or Risk of Rain 2, right? The game itself is a roguelike, and it's cyclical, right? When you complete a run of the game, you necessarily don't like beat the game, right? You just start from the beginning again. But like, you do have a sense of closure when you've beat the final boss, or I guess one of the final bosses, Risk of Rain 2, that you've completed your run and your run is now done for you to start anew. And that's necessarily kind of what it kind of essentially, oh, exit behind it, guys. That's kind of what I mean when I say a conclusion, but not an ending. Not like a narrative ending that would have you like, yo, the war has been solved, the game is now over, but more of like a conclusion for that run where like your innards are now safe, you're prosperous, or like, say for example, something real bad happens and like, I don't know, a final fight, if you will. I would have to think about it a lot more thoroughly, right? But like, yeah, not a narrative ending, but more of a conclusion for that run, like a capstone for that run. Because that's always been an issue with me, and like, it's not necessarily like supposed to be like, when you have an always online PvE extraction shooter, right? It's not supposed to really have an ending, despite Escape from Tarkov being about escaping from Tarkov. But I do think games like this, for a lot of players, and to carve a niche out, a lot of the players, like for example me, I would say, like, I'm definitely putting myself here, right? This is how I feel about it. I've always found the lack of endgame gameplay loops in a game like this always a bit saddening, because you basically peter out because of it, right? You kind of get all the quests done, you get your upgrades done, but there's no endgame rule loops to do. And so you're, no, Rage! Rage, you need to leave, Rage. There's no really endgame loops, right? There's no high tier loops, like there's like no maps for PoE, there's no other stuff, and so on and so forth. All right, let's get Rage out of here. And because of its PvE no-wipe nature too, I will say, like, it's in a unique spot to actually explore those options a lot more than other games. Because naturally with endgame goals in a game that wipes, they're kind of, what's the fucking point? Like, imagine if there was endgame stuff in Tarkov, but since the game wipes every 6 months, like, it's not necessary, right? Because they just wipe the game. But in PvE Tarkov now, because they don't wipe the game anymore in PvE, in a game like this, since you're not wiping the game, you can actually explore those actual end game goals. Those end game goals, like those end game's goals and loops. Yeah, the funniest thing about Tarkov too, it's like the game's about escape from Tarkov, and like the last thing you do is actually escape from Tarkov. Like you do nothing about escaping from Tarkov. All of the quests just lead you to becoming more of a badass in Tarkov. Yeah, Rumple, like I think the biggest thing though too is, and they can easily, I think, lore explain it away, but like how do you make it that you know, say if you're a scav with a shitty gun and you fight a dead, you're open, right? Like, do you just take their, like, how, like, what's stopping you from just taking and using their gun? And for right now, they basically just make it where, like, most of the time the guns get destroyed when they die, but... Like, if there's gonna be a clear line between mil spec and, like, scav spec of quality of guns, it's like, what's stopping for the scavs from using those guns? Biometrics are good, yeah, biometrics are a good idea, too. Like, that works. And, like, the mass giant wars, though... I can see like elite units, like that's definitely an interesting way, Rumple, I would say, of like the very high tier guns is they're locked off by biometrics. But for like the base European infantry, would they really bother with biometrics? Probably not. But that's the thing you can do too, right? Where you can make kind of like the lower mil spec guns, like the European, like the scars that Europeans are using, by like muddying them up and making them seem much more in disrepair, or making them like stamp metal. You kind of give the illusion that they're worn down or used. Yeah, Delta, like biometrics, like something like that, or mod and so on and so forth. Or like, for example, if like this is a good case too for your Ruska, right? Like your Ruska has those infantry, like the male infantry for your Ruska are very beefy and large. Like maybe they're maybe they're modified for extra strength. And perhaps it's a caveat of the guns, right? Where, you know, your Ruska has really big and, you know, beefy, useful guns. But because of, like, they're accommodated for much bigger people than you are, like, they have bad handling when you're using them. Like, for example, a Scar at 50 cal would be very hard to utilize in, like, a full auto setting. Sleepy, that's like exactly like the things I'm thinking about too, right? In regards to like exactly like game, like they've already kind of maybe like shown us with the the locker. They want to explore more aspects of that, but I think like looking at the gameplay patterns of Risk of Rain before it got sold is a very wise choice for a game like this. It kind of naturally fits in. Other things too, but like naturally, like roguelikes almost fit more. All right, Elephant Mausoleum, boys. Remember, we're talking about 50 cal BMG. Hong over there just got the beefiest arbs. The big Chad. This never spawns. We're gonna take up that. You can actually spawn this map though. What do we got? Sure. Everyone's loaded up the guns. Let me go ahead and get mine. Regions, Mausoleum. Let's spawn pipes. I usually say runes is a better spawn, but let's spawn pipes. Yeah, I definitely think Sleepy 2 we're going to be seeing a lot more customization in the future with characters. Like right now, they're also boilerplate. I definitely expect like much more customization in the future, like almost like Gunhead's like Gunhead. We might see certain things for like Scav Girl, Mass Man, so on and so forth.
I hate the surface.
Scavbringer. Jesus. Yeah, Rumble, like that's definitely a big aspect too. I will say, like, the game's missing a lot of like high risk, high reward areas, and the injector site feels like the first one that kind of is that way. I wouldn't say it's necessarily perfect in that regard, but like it's a big step up from the other like POIs, right? In regards to risk and reward. I wouldn't say that's. I think that's kind of H-Rub. I think that's being kind of close-minded when you're saying it's the only possibility. It's certainly a possibility, but I don't think it's the only possibility. I think there's a lot of room for creative solutions in this regard. Like exploring outside of just what extraction shooters are supposed to be. And they already have mentioned too, in that regard, to like they want to do, like they want to make the wars feel dynamic. They want to make like the zones feel dynamic. Like what happens on certain maps might affect different areas of different maps and so on and so forth. Bring a grenade launcher? I mean, the RPG is kind of like a minigun, right? So right now, Gunhead has the APC-9 Pro, then the AK, then the RPD, and then the AA-12. So no minigun yet, but like the RPD is pretty minigun-y. Oh, did you pick up Red Baron? Yeah, we can head over there. It's really low on my want list in regards to different things, but an actual like much more fleshed out melee system would be really cool. But it's pretty low on the list of things I would want. But it's still on it. All right, let's go. So Ludrop, I'm not sure if you saw last stream too when we were doing the Red Baron quest. We actually got his flag too. All right, there's HKs. Not surprised. We're making a lot of noise. Come here, yo. God, the Sager's so strong. Not necessarily bad at charging, but just like right now, the melee system in the game just like locks you into place and just like, ow. You're hitting me. The robot's betraying me. No, like it locks you into place. You can't move. Like it feels very like rigid. I would like to see like stabs and swipes and so on and so forth, like an actual like not fleshed out, but like a few different melee moves and like having their own strengths, and then bayonets actually being great for melee. So Brawler, what we're essentially doing, it's a combination of a few buttons for that. You're fine, Rage. Unlike you, if I get knocked down, you can actually pick me up. So let's go fight. It's no Exo either. He's hiding from you. Or they're hiding from you. So what we're doing here, Brawler, to loot all, is the first thing you do is when you open an inventory, you hit tab, and you can kind of see now a blue outline around the loot all, and then we're just hitting space. And essentially that will just quickly loot all for you. So for example, if we do it again over here, just a quick tab, then a quick space, and it loots all for you. I'm curious if they're gonna keep that in the game, but it works for now, so I think it's probably a bit too strong, but I don't know. Let's go find out. Do we have a dog friend? Little Papa's God. Let's go see if there's a dog here. If not, we'll get some meds. I'm Bagman too, so I can't get one shot by him yet. I see EODs. I don't see a dog, though. Don't hear a dog. And they were good. No dog. Yeah, we can loot this room and leave. I'm blind. There we go. No dog spawn right now. Yeah, I weirdly bob. I don't mind the loot all button, but like the little bit amount of time it takes you to go from the center of the screen to loot all does make it a bit harder to do. And I don't mind loot all too. Like, it's perfectly fine feature. I feel like it maybe have a downside or two of making more noise or something like that, but yeah. Alright, meds acquired. Bloodpen, I'm not sure if I understand. What are the advantages of trenches? Is overkill deep? I've never understood that. Wait, can you try elaborating what you're saying? I'm not sure if I follow.
Remember, we're already dead.
Big point, Rumple. Where's all the snow? Even frozen swamp, the water's not frozen. So it's also probably not water though. Oh, the trenches are so deep. Yeah, I imagine. So the trenches that we're in are pretty deep. There's trenches out in the outside area that aren't so deep. And like the trenches we see on the outer edge of the map are much less deep and make much more sense. The trenches that we're in are more like fortifications. Like it's actually like a solid structure. And it's, I would say, mainly probably for bombs and big explosives, because there's a few areas on that map where you can actually see giant craters. But Rumble, yeah, frozen swamp not being frozen, no snow. Though, that might just be for weather too, right? We might see weather in the future. There is Graveyard Scorched Enclave, which might have, you know, what's it called? I think it's more ash than snow. But it could be snow. Wait, why do I have... What did these do? Go away. I think I'll buy some more meds too real quick. It's not called Snow Mesa, though it is called the Forever Winter too, right? In Frozen Swamp, so I imagine we might see snow as like weather in the future. It does H-Rub. Though I do think, like, while I enjoy the PvE aspects and like the multiplayer nature of it, I do think the core gameplay loop should be primarily balanced for single player. And like naturally multiplayer is better like that, right? You can scale things up and so on and so forth, but like it feels like a lot of work to set up like a co-op campaign experience, if you will. I think like even like Risk of Rain 2 was more like drop-in, right? Like it was still like you were joining your friends and playing off their account or save. Yeah, Pixel, like that's a big thing too, is I do kind of get very sad when the mechs fall in the trench lines and they just get stuck there. Oh, so yeah, Blood Panda, there's Euruscan riders. They're supposed to ride the drones that you see around, the insect-like drones, but right now it's just not functional. We basically don't see, like, I'm guessing they're having some trouble syncing animations or syncing units together. They're still working on the tech for that, because, like, for example, we don't have the pilots inside of the Exos either. So I have great news, everyone. I definitely picked up target locked. You see Ludroth immediately veer away. You were heading over there. Why did you suddenly turn? So I don't really have contact with Fundog. Like, they did reach out before the summer patch to do like a quick video on Gunhead, but that's really about it. Like, I can DM their CM, but that's really about it. Technically anyone can do that though. I can almost guarantee you though, they're reluctant, and I both agree they shouldn't do a roadmap. They said they have internal ones, which I think is perfectly fine, because like, why wouldn't you? It's project management. But like, while roadmaps are nice, they mainly just like, they just serve as a way for people to hype up their expectations and get like upset. Like, sure, and like, think of it this way, right? When you release a roadmap, there's nothing good that can come of that, right? Like, sure, you might get a short-term gain of people getting like hoped up, but all you're setting yourself up to do, and like the only thing in the future with a roadmap you can possibly do is disappoint your audience. Like, oh, you release your patch on time. You're not gonna get like a huge praise for releasing a patch on time, right? Or releasing a feature of a roadmap on time, but all you do is add the ability to upset your audience or upset your player base by releasing a roadmap saying X is coming on Y date and then missing that date. And I don't think it's necessary, right? I think their Q&As would basically just tell us like things that are coming, but not exactly when, is perfectly fine. Yeah, like, I've seen so many different companies get burned by releasing a roadmap. They shouldn't do it. Like, definitely talk about what's coming, but never like set yourself onto a date. Now, if people just didn't get blown up and upset by things and kind of chastise the developers for doing so, it would be fine to do a roadmap, right? But that's just not the reality of things. Yeah, and like they do a good job, I will say, like, right, they're not necessarily leaving us in the dark per se, they're just not being descriptive on when the things they're saying are going to come out. Like, for example, they told us in the Q1 patch, so they're kind of holding themselves accountable for Q1, so the entirety of 3 months to do a patch that essentially has their deployments, right? New units and deployments. So like, we know that's coming in Q1, but like, they're not giving us an exact date. They're not giving us like exact details of what's coming into the patch, just new reinforcement mechanics. So they keep themselves open to like make it as thorough or as shallow as they want it to, right? Like, they could just do an in progress, like, we're introducing our first in progress implementation of like a new reinforcement system. Yeah, and like, that's kind of my point here, right, Blood Panda, is it creates areas where people can just be highly critical for reasons like that, right? And I'm not saying don't be critical, but like, it's kind of clickbaity, right? Like, oh no, the Fundog Studios missed their first big patch. Is the game doomed? So on and so forth. And just don't feed into that metric by just doing roadmaps. And so Fundog definitely, like, I don't want to say industry veterans, but like, they definitely, it feels like they've seen some shit, right? From their older studios, so they kind of know like the pitfalls to avoid. Like, sure, on the development side, they seem pretty like, how did he die? How did he die? What happened to my sweet summer boy? Candy. I drag you out. Great electric guy. Yeah, it's fair. Time to leave. Now I will say, in a PvE game, it's a bit different. You generally don't attract the same level of shitheads as like PvP. And whenever I say this right too, I play plenty of PvP. It's why I know the community so well. And I'm not saying that PvPers are entitled. They just usually expect too much too quickly. And there's definitely cases too, right, where like the PvP community does get kind of sidetracked or like left in the dust, and I will say that's perfectly fair for quite a few games. They do get overlooked, but they're also a vocal minority for the most part. But in games that are PvP oriented, like, or just in much like MMOs, right? MMOs are a good example because MMOs like to do roadmaps, and I've definitely seen many scenarios where developers from MMOs miss roadmaps or have to like delay content releases or delay certain aspects, and it makes the community upset. And I know that the Steam forums are a very bad basis for this because Steam forums are just a cesspool of shit now, but there's plenty of people on the Steam forums who are looking for something to complain about the game, and a roadmap is just something else they can do for that with that, right? Okay. Exactly. That's like the biggest point I make in my video, is that in this day and age, you just cannot do a PvP game without having a big company behind it. And even then, they still have plenty of cheaters. Okay, everyone. It's now time for a new challenge. What's the worst map for this? I would probably say, let's see. Yeah, let's do Cemetery. Okay, so everyone, I want to do this. I know it's slightly delayed between the chat and the game. What I want to do is everyone go gunhead. We're all gonna take up, and everyone go gunhead and try to pick up Alpha Threat. If we can find it. I think it's off of Europa. And the plan is 4 gunhead enters, 1 gunhead leaves. Not PvP, just we go in the center of the map, the atrium, and we just try to survive as long as we can as gunheads. And take Alpha Threat so it's actually challenging. Where are you? Is it Western Embassy that sells this? I think it's this quest. Come on. I would say hard, but just kind of a meme. Where are you, Alpha Threat? I know you're here. It's not a one and done now, is it? There's no way it's a one and done. Oh, that's a good point too. Yeah, I get the civilian quest. We need both of them. There we go. There's Alpha Threat. That's 1. Now we need civilians. There we go. We have started. We're currently getting everything set up. So what gun here? I guess shotguns are not a bad idea. Maybe a little bit of shotgun, maybe a little both. We probably want 2 guns here. And I will say, you can cheese this. I don't think that's in the spirit of the journey. So let's keep like the upper area that you can get to by unlocking the door, jump out of bounds, and just like, yeah, just don't cheat yourself out of the map. Let's try and stay in the realm of fair competition. And not even competition, just like the survival aspect of it. It's beautiful. he's rolling, believing in himself. Taking cryo, no. The grabber is how we win the challenge, actually. We need to like path the grabber to our friends. Naturally, don't shoot each other. This is not PvP, but like I would say trying to path the grabber into your friends, perfectly on brand. Oh, throw in Rust in Peace? Ooh, that's a good idea, actually. I like that, actually. Alright. It's the worst, but we're just 4 gunhead boys. Trying to do, we were sent down to the sewers to go, liberate the atrium.
Maintain spacing. The sector ahead contains explosives.
Light. Alright, to the atrium, boys. Immediately runs away. Get off my head! He's very angry. Guys, we need to get to the atrium. We're not even doing the challenge yet. Oh, hey dog, bad dog. Samsung's already fucking not living life. Go. Samsung, Blue you can't die this early. Alright, the challenge has begun. Kill everything. And survive. How did he die? Oh no, I'm in one-shot range now. No! I'm too young to die. It was so far away. Hold on. They spectate. Left shift. Shift. Tab. Spectate no work. I needed to introduce, by the way, we probably need to do something too where it's kill the most and then leave, and like whoever kills the most and leaves and lives wins. Hey, I did get 9 kills. I mean, that's afterward though. Who survived the longest? You guys still alive? I can't tell. It's like, can't spectate. Everyone's dead, probably? That did not go as long as I thought it would. Poor Guthead. Yeah, that is like a trick too, or a weird thing. They said they have fixed like the desync or like the weird quirky nature of the dog grabbing you, but it seems to still exist when you're shooting and stunning the dog. Maybe Rust in Peace. Okay, we're gonna do it one more time. And okay, So the goal is to get to the atrium and kill as many units as you can and then leave. And the caveat that, so the way you win is kill the most units and survive. And so you can leave really early if you'd like, but you have the downside of you might get, you know, beaten by someone else later who stays longer than you. All right, 545 AK. Painless is not a bad idea too. But like, that's the thing though. Do you want to attract attention by bringing Painless to yourself? You want to kill things, but you don't want to be noticed either. Like, the trick here might actually be bringing a silencer and perhaps stealing kills. I'm gonna bring in just this amount of ammo. I think I'll be okay with this. He's bringing alcohol in. Okay, I will say, for the first part, let's be kind of safe here and get to the atrium first, before we go too balls to the wall. Let's try and survive to the atrium. Also, if you have Rust in Peace, complete it or drop it. Let's not murder each other via Exo yet. So Knuckles, you can get it from farming, your donation box is one of them, Knuckles, and then the other way is killing water scavs and then looting their shotguns. Now, it's a very small chance to actually get you a disabled shotgun that way, but it can be done. He might be a little AFK right now, it looks like. Hey, but kill stealing, he does have a gun for a head. There we go. All right, so step one. My God, he brought a grenade launcher in. That's a way to secure kills. Okay, so let's get to the atrium first before we cause too much of a ruckus. Let's let the dog pass and sneak in. Let's try to lock the dog off in his little side, despite the fact he's probably gonna break free. Yeah, the dog's down there, we're good. They're trying to force me to use the APC-9 Pro. Zombie, that's my conspiracy. Yeah, you can actually mess with your system's time. It can have unintended side effects, but you can force your clock forward to get resets or other things like that. But there are side effects too. Wait. Is a dog already here? The dog's already here, by the way. All right, so commence the challenge. You must stay in the atrium, get as many kills as you can, and then leave. Also, there's a dog right there, so be very careful. Oh! Freaking jump scare. It's a very upset dog. That looks like a good spot over there.
Situation.
Just the fucking dog just running around constantly.
Exponential inbound.
Just assume nowhere is safe with the dog unless you're out of bounds, like by pneumatic jump. If you can walk there, it's not gonna be safe. He seems to be, he's very upset right now.
In a hole.
That's out of bounds though. Ludroth. There it is. Rage! No. Don't you swipe me. Ow. It's fine. I mean, like, you can get shot there, but, like, nothing can melee you. I would say you can use it, just don't, like, camp there. It's not in the spear. Ow, God. Ow, I got fucking punched by dog. Ow. It hurts. Oh, no, I'm in one-shot range by dog. Might be time for me to leave, actually. See you, Sleepy. No! That wasn't even close to me! They said they fixed desync! That's unfortunate. It got 17 kills though, I was leading it. The crab burst is so damn buggy. Yeah, like, so that's typically what happens too, is that, like, despite, I wish I could spectate. Very unfortunate. Despite, like, the dog not being able to path to you, generally what happens is that it will bug out and grab you from very far away. Like, for example, the doorway passed to get in here, the dog can't pass through that, but sometimes he'll just, like, grab you from, like, 20, 30 feet away, and then, like, teleport you back to him. It's very weird. Look at the good boy. Ah, La Papa's at 8 now. Technically beating Samsung's Smart Fridge. It depends. I guess whoever, you gotta get a kill and leave. If it were just Samsung and Lil Papa, then yeah. You need to extract a leave, but Lil Papa got 8 and then left. Looks like it, I guess. That everyone died. And no one won. That's a small number too, I will say. You'd think of you so much more than this. Okay, that was a fun little challenge. The dog is still the dog, though. Keep in mind, the dog spawned in pipes, then teleported to Atrium, and then just did all of those murder sprees. Alright, that's enough cemetery for a while. You did bring a grenade launcher, Ludroth, I did see. Oh, just don't worry. When you're above 2k health, you don't need to be afraid of dog. Remember, the dog's one-shot threshold is 2k, so as long as you're above 2k, you're happy. Everyone got eaten? Yeah, so no one won. Alright, let's go back to Swamp. You did bring I did see that. You did bring a grenade launcher. I mean, you can. Nothing's stopping you. It would hurt, but you can definitely do it. Yeah, Alpha Threat does, like, yeah. There's usually a spawn of cyborgs and scramblers, or cyborg and scramblers that spawn at the exit with Alpha Threat. It's quite deadly. Wait, don't I have you unlocked? I guess I don't. Yeah, big boy rig 2. 50 cal. Plenty. Dog was jamming the door. That's unfortunate. It's alerting. It's keeping you blocked in. 45. I think we're good here. Yeah, off to Frozen Swamp. Ooh, attack cam. All right, let me get some things off reset too. I probably need to bring some of these also. I don't have clear skies, but they're always useful to have on this map. He's using the APC-9 Pro. Yeah. The 20 rounds just feel real bad with it. I probably would feel a bit better about it, though. Like, so the main reason why magazine capacity matters so much is because of stagger. But if they ever, like, reworked or removed stagger, just changed how staggered work, I can definitely see the case of, like, the APC-9 Pro just being better. Essentially, when you have to reload, it opens a window for units to not be staggered anymore and start shooting and staggering you instead.
Our deeds are
Oh, that's so unfortunate. They started Rage lower HP. And he's like the one character who can't heal. Alright, so Scav Scrap is in the center, Dowie's at the center. Deleted your rig again? So weird. Remember, this is the new patch now. They shouldn't go crazy and... Nope, okay.
Not the right time to be on the surface.
Well, I got this, guys. Container. I do really like this mechanic. Like, it's definitely still a bit early or like rudimentary, but the core concept of having to drill into things for the loot is a cool idea. Now, I will say the containers here are very underwhelming, but it is a cool concept. Like, you spend 6K on a drill to get 1 container of ammo, and it's probably not worth it. So many drones. Let's keep moving. Yeah, it's good to note though, at least, right? Easy bug report. It's deleting your rig. Do you need med stuff, by the way? I'm imagining you're out of meds. Oh, limited ammo, but you just can't heal? I can drop you some meds if you need some. It would be interesting. I'm not sure why I need to be in there, but it is an interesting concept, right? If, for example, there was like, I don't know why there'd be Eurasian trains here, but like a Eurasian train full of like cyborgs. God, it's so floppy. All right, let's keep moving to the center of the map before we just get bogged down in combat forever here. Poor Rage is already so close to dead. Oh, Rage is already like, Rage, little Papa, no. Is he dead? Go, go, go. I guess we'll go the long way round. So I don't think we can lower the train from this side, actually. I think we have to go through. There is this, like, this over here, but I don't think we can actually go through that way. Until we lower the bridge. Or just, like, get me out of here. Yeah, that is 100% death, right? Like you cannot go through there. You can lower the bridge, but that's on the other side. We could go around and lower the bridge for him. Yeah, like this is all deep water. It's all a trap. Like that looks like a way through. It's not. Yeah, like that's usually how you point out areas where you can navigate, is you show stuff through the water to indicate shallowness, and that is not the case for that right there. It is a lie. That's typically how you indicate shallowness. It is funny though. I have died there before, and I quickly learned my lesson. That is not safe. Well, we're already through a little bit. You take a little bit of damage here, I think. Alright. Rage, you can go with him. I need to go get my stuff from the injector site. If you feel like you need to leave because you're low HP, feel free. But I have a date with the staircase. Quick in, quick out. You don't see me, drone. No, Rage! There's one. You should be able to, like, drag, like a pilot, drag Rage's corpse out. We can fix him. Yeah, with the healing bug too in multiplayer, or not the healing bug, but the low HP bug, where it hurts you when you enter. Very rough. Ow, my god, snipers. It hurts so much. Alright, there's this one. Yeah, no, that's definitely a fair. Like I said, when they first said his gimmick of basically not being able to heal, I was like thinking like around almost 5k health, right? Considering all of like the weird quirky ways you take damage in the game. Yeah, there's not like a clear way right now of like them displaying safe ways to ford across the water, so you kind of just assume that most water is dangerous. It is, yeah. That is why like I talked about Lumen last stream, and it has its downsides, but like the lighting in the game does look quite good, thanks to Lumen. Now naturally it comes with a caveat of being intensive on your GPU, but it also has its upside soon development. There's HKs. Why are you aggroed? Alright, I need schematics. Well, Paul was already here too. And don't get me wrong too, the map definitely has rough spots too, right? In regards to things probably needing like a small polish patch and clipping. There's one schematic. Please no pop in. There's two. Alright, just Cyborg, it sounds like. Show me something orange. There's it is. And I'm good. Heading to the extract now. Oh. I can probably get out this way. Famous last words. Ignore me. Where's Loot Drop at? Is he dead? Or just like already left? By the way, if you ever noticed before too, there's drones on the street and they look so metal. Yep, we're grabbing all the schedules. All the ones on the floor. There's the smart fridge. If it was, it wasn't intentional.
Hard drive. But at least we made it.
But yeah, no, Gunhead having, like, I genuinely thought when they first talked about Gunhead, it'd be like 4 or 5k HP. 2k just seems so low starting out. You just like take so much chip damage right now that you get whittled down. Back to Mesa? Let's see, back to Mesa. Let's do a weird one too and actually spawn bunkers also. That works for that one. I don't think you get like anything past 25 except for experience. Like I think the only reason we have prestige up to 50 now is to accommodate Gunhead's very much larger skill tree. Because I think people were saying that right too. They don't get any benefits past level 25, except for the extra experience. All right, we need a new gun because this is unfortunately out of ammo essentially. We can use Curse G36. That works. 5.56, 50 cal. Any other quests? Maybe, I think it was mainly just a way of like, it was just a quick way of making it so that you can actually get all of the Gunhead unlocked if you were so inclined. Like, I definitely just felt like something like, it's like, this is really easy to do just to increase the max prestige up to 50 so that we can actually get Gunhead's all of his skills in the game. I guess mercy killing works. You're still broken. If we get Night Shift, actually, Avenge the Fallen is possible, so let's pick up that. It'd be very surprising if we actually get Night Shift, but it's possible. Alright, on we go. Nope.
I hate the surface.
I haven't had Night Shift a lot. I didn't bring any meds. I am the Gunheads. I also brought apparently an unsilenced. I could have swore I picked up my Curse G36. I have been. No. Oh, I guess I'm loud. Oh, I can find meds in raid. No, I'll find them. We're good. I will acquire meds the hard way. Hey, look, meds. You know, Night Shift. This is kind of what I want to, like, to actually... No, it was that... It was, someone shot the other one first, so they aggroed and turned around. Like, right before I hit the melee button, the indicator went away. Quite sad. You moved. Stop moving. Oh, so this is a cool truck too. This is like one of the few vehicles we actually have in game where that's like a real intact vehicle that's just stationary and deployed instead of just ruined and wrecked. Come here, you. Hey, Zombie. Thanks for stopping by. Good old pictures. That's a weirdly spawned medium mech. They usually don't. Please don't say hostile. Everyone's paying to see if it says hostile or not. Okay, it's not HK. We're good. I don't know why it's... I don't know why it spawned in the road. That's pretty rare, actually. Or I haven't seen that before, but it's not an HK at least. The HK medium mechs always say hostile, not medium mech. And there's the EOD one. Ow. Oof. Wait, why were they shooting at me from so far away? Come on, let me loot you. So weird. 0 to 0 ammo? Okay, that's really interesting. There's something weird going on, I feel like. Because last stream too, we had 0 to 0 health. Gotta be some bug with the hotfix. Because it was happening to me solo too with health, right? Very weird. Yeah, the sound design, like, you can kind of tell night and day too. Blood Panda, like, the things they've been able to touch up yet with, like, sound, like, there's quite a few placeholdery sounds that are just kind of, like, placed in to accommodate being a sound for now. But you can definitely see the units or feel, like, hear the things they've actually addressed or done. They sound so much more distinct than the other ones. Yeah, like, Ken, that's definitely an aspect right now of almost all the units, is that the animations are very clunky. And I do hope they get touched up quite a bit as the game progresses. Like, that's like, when I first saw the gameplay trailer for this game forever ago, that's like the first thing that like looked like went in my head is like, the game looks really cool. The animations look pretty, behind us. Give me, man, there we go. That'll do. Where's little Papa? There he is. He's out in the field. All right. Please have healing. Cryo ammo, interesting. Oh. I'm okay. Help me. Smart fridge.
Barely move.
Saved by Samsung. There we go, meds. All of the meds. Alcohol works. Technically a med. Yeah, and it kind of makes a bit of sense too, right? Because like I wasn't part of it, so I'm not entirely sure, but what I've heard is that basically the developers were like not planning on putting out this early, but the community sentiment wanted them to, so they definitely had to like not to like cut corners per se, but like do things that are very placeholdery to get it out. All right, I'm mostly okay now. I'm heading over to you guys. Hey, leave me alone.
Enemy contact. Not sure where.
Can't hear an EXO over here. Oh yeah, it's still in there. Just drop down. Ah, the HKs. So relentless. Why be drone? I'm perfectly okay. Ooh, meds. More meds. Technically meds. Meds? Those all work. Those all technically heal. Not a lot, but they do heal. I'm eating, don't worry, I'm eating everything. And drinking everything. Stuffing the face. I imagine too, right? It's not even that you're actually eating the stuff. You're just like shoving it into your wounds. Shove an energy bar and straight into the bullet hole. We're gonna find out. I don't think I've ever actually, I don't use this extract very often, so there's a chance for Toothy apparently. Alright, maybe we should go around. Alright, we're good. I don't need health. Why you guys are in Comic Con? Time to extract, guys. It's like running. Screw the time to extract. Look how safe and accommodating that is, right? Look how safe that is. Is that an EOD there? Yep.
To be on the suit.
It's a cool concept to me conceptually, melee weapons, but like in regards to like what I would like to see out of the game most, it's pretty low on the bar. Little Papa, no. Who's shooting me? Drones? You not save him? Oh, Papa, no! Do you not save them, Rage? Womp womp. Yeah, there's an exit that spawns this. I don't see the exo anymore. Alright, time to leave. I mean, mainly I would say, like, naturally the first thing I would think is like bayonets, right? Just bayonets being an attachment for weapons, like we already have on the MG34. Alright, I'm leaving. I'm on meds. Like bayonets would be really cool. Kind of like almost that's like I would think it would be a lot of makeshift weapons too, right? I can't see scenarios where like they would 3D print, like maybe your Ruska would, but like, or sorry, Eurasia would, but I would think like shovels or things like that, like trench weapons and so on and so forth, would be very fitting for your Ruska, or sorry, for Europa, and maybe like makeshift weapons like almost like a scrap machete, so on and so forth, like bayonets, and then just mainly just tools and like makeshift stuff. See you, Ken. Yeah, bunker is always just such a rough spawn. Well, Krieg shovel for like Europa, right? That seems fitting. Like they wouldn't actually have, like they would have bayonets and then maybe create like, you know, shovels. For like Eruska and Eurasia, it's probably a bit different because they have actually like units that are meant for melee, like the Orgamex and so on and so forth. So I could actually see units like that having much more bespoke, actually like custom-made weapons. All right, we're gonna do, let's do Scorched Enclave. Let's do a weird spawn. We're currently full right now. Does anyone want to bow out for Jacob? But you would do it from this screen here. Eventually we'll load in, you'll see a bunch of people in there, and you'll see my name as the lobby leader. If it's slot frees up, you're certainly welcome to join in. I'm not gonna kick anyone either. We can do this. And I'm not gonna force Toothy to spawn. If Toothy wants to spawn, he can. I'm not gonna force him to spawn. Do we even have 308? I do actually. Alright, Scorched Enclave it is. Doing a different spawn than normal. Okay, Lujoth, sounds good. All right. I like how he's just like, Ludroth's MO is just like always just to bring an absurd amount of medkits because, you know, rather need them and not have them. Or you rather have them and not need them than need them and not have them. like character as in like an actual like scav character or just like anything? Yeah, we have a bayonet here we can't use. It's so sad. Oh, is the TACAM doing it? Weird. Huh. The more you know. So TACAM just bugged right now? Anything. Well, I always had this idea for the Yoruska having like, I want more bio or body horror out of Yoruska. There goes the take. So anything that leans into more body horror, I could definitely think like, not mutilated, but definitely like, I would love to see more units that are claiming like a clear melding of flesh and technology out of Yoruska. So for example, like my go-to is just like essentially drones that have had their scapulae basically like biologically forged into wings, or like basically fly wings or fly, what's it called? It's called wings for flies too, right? So essentially you have like flying, like man flies essentially. I think would be really cool. Because they could have like, the neatest thing about them, like I can think of like very clear sound design you can do behind them too. To make them sound like a drone of Euruscan flymen are approaching. And you wouldn't probably call them flymen because that's a very lame name. But in essence, they are that. But like, they could actually have like a droning sound behind them too, as they come in. Where's Rage? I'm coming. You will live. I brought a jump for this too. Sort of like, I wouldn't say necessarily cyborg, but like a little bit cyborg, because they would probably need tech for their scapulae to be towards that, but like much more this like actual body horror. Like they would kind of maybe still have the car paces or something like that, like the technology of like these guys over here. Don't call me, don't, no. Like it would probably have technology on part of it, but I would much more lean into like the body horror aspect of it, right? Like actually like if they basically modified the DNA of a person to basically be grown into a fly. You shouldn't need to know. Once we're back in the lobby, if we're empty, you should see us. Even if we're full, you might be able to see us too. It might take a second to populate on the list, but you don't need to add me to actually see the list. Give it a second or two to propagate. It's not usually instant. It can take a few minutes or two, or like a minute or two to actually populate. Yeah, I'm not really an artist per se. I can probably like mock it up. But like, conceptually for me, like you have Europa, which is conventional. You have your Eurasia, which is more like high-tech cyborgs and cyberpunk. And then you have Yoruska, which kind of is a blend, but also much more inclined to like re-engineer the flesh to perform the Rakava drifting, to re-engineer the flesh to be of use. Like, as opposed to, like, Eurasia, whose with philosophy is just discard the flesh and replace it with technology, you you use the technology, or you use the body as its own form of technology by molding it in the way you want. Using technology, like perhaps using technology as a catalyst for that, but not necessarily the end goal of that. Well, if it's a philosophical thing too, also, right? Like, it could be just clear philosophical differences of how you live into the future. Like Eurasia, for example, that's kind of the point of the pop. But like, Eurasia might view in the sense of, we need to adapt for the future of this new world. We're gonna do it by basically making us not have to care about it anymore, right? By, you know, turning into cyborgs and robots and just not caring about the external environments because we're not human anymore, we're not flesh anymore. But Yoruska might view it differently in regards to, like, the way we adapt for the future is through biological, like, almost evolution, and forcing evolution through technology to kind of adapt to the world that is in a state, or adapt to what we need to have in the new world. Maybe dog? I haven't heard dog yet, but you never know. They're just over here freaking tweaking. I think I hear the dog. I mean, if it's an HK, it's going pretty damn slow, which is okay with me. They were so Hodor, they kind of mentioned this in a Q&A, how their intent, like right now, they know people want customization, but it's also a lot of work, and they only have so much bandwidth. But they were talking about things like quests, for example, giving trophies for your characters to wear in the future. So it's not really like full customization, but more of just like different aesthetic elements of your character becoming slightly different over time as you progress through the game. So not really full skins yet, though. Like, that's one of the few things we have with mods already, though, is the ability to modify your character to like add different skins. So for example, there is, hold on. For example, there's different mods already for like replacing assets with different assets. Like, for example, Scav Girl's been replaced with Mother Courage. So you can essentially play as like a mini Mother Courage. Where is he? I don't see your... Oh, you're dead. Did you get killed when you were down? I didn't even see you go down. Yeah, did you get like one shot, or did you get... I don't remember you saying it was you were down. You just like instantly died, it felt like. Oh, ow, ow, ow. Wait, did it kill yourself? Oh god, I'm leaving the pop-ins. Oh, I'm 1 HP. They spawned right in front of me. Man, sniper spawning in front of you is brutal. Alright. I'm skedaddling. Yeah, that extract is always rough. I can't ever see the case for actually not spawning cemetery. Like, that's a cool feature I will say about Frozen Swamp too, is like there's reasons to go to different areas or extracts or entrances and so on and so forth. A map like this is just always just spawn cemetery. Everything else is just suicidal. Oh, we just got out, Jacob. So, oh, you don't even see it yet? It could be some firewall issues. I want to say it uses EGS, Epic Game Services, for its peer-to-peer. Oh, make sure region-wise, or not region. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can't see it. Though, since it's all peer-to-peer, you might need to check things like your firewall and so on and so forth. There might be some troubleshooting. If you can't see anything peer-to-peer at all. Like, this will eventually, yeah, it populates for me after a while, right? Like, you saw when we first got in here, it wasn't here. But now we can see the lobby full of different people. So it takes a while. No, it's pretty quick, though. So if you're not seeing it still by now, it might be a firewall issue. All right, let's do a mausoleum and actually start ruins here. Last time we did mausoleum, we just kind of like ran through straight to the center. Oh yeah, maybe try changing your squad to public too, perhaps. Maybe that's a factor. Good idea, little Papa too. All right, we're going in the trench lines. Gonna want a silenced gun. It's a gun I don't usually use. Pistols? Yeah, for reasons. I can silence you. I could do a VTAS. I haven't done a VTAS in a while. I might not have mods for it right now, though. I have a few, at least. This will work. Do I have a better Magpert, though? I don't yet. I'll be fine, though. Alright, 9mm. Well, there's certainly room now. You guys get kicked out, or did you just all leave? You all left me. Okay. Give her 9mm. And med gets here. Med gets here. You got kicked. Huh. Yeah, Jacob, I just said look at some firewall issues, look at some like troubleshooting for maybe EGS's peer-to-peer. Try rejoining, I guess, because I am public. I wonder what kicked you guys out. Oh, it did, like, there is those bugs too with like peer-to-peer lobbies also sometimes. Peer-to-peer is always a bit finicky. Alright, have that. But you guys can try to rejoin. Backup G36. Yeah, so we brought the cursed G36 in, but it only gave us the regular one. Should I bring the cursed one over again? Like, we have the cursed one here, it's silent. No. Oh, interesting. The thumbnail is wrong. Thumbnail lied. Usually, I will say though, I know from prior experience with my friends earlier, like before this patch, once you get like booted from a lobby, Hello Papa's back. It can be like incredibly finicky to get back. The Hello Papa rejoin is a good note. Like when we were trying in December before the hotfix, like when my friend couldn't join, Like, we both had to like fully restart our games to get back into a lobby, and if we ever got kicked out, we had to do that same exact process where we had to restart the game. A little Papa's here. That's good. Look at the afro. I'll create my own hat. Be a fro. Also, I can see his arms now, too. Hold still. Yeah. Can't tell, like, anything on his arms at all. Cascadia. You can add me on... Can I add you via that? I guess you just add my Steam's list, right? Enter friend code. Do you have a friend code? I don't think. If you give me your friend code, I can try using that. Or you can just use mine where you can see right here now. And try adding me. We'll do it the manual way. Oh, you have... Are you EGS? Or are you third party outside of EGS and Steam? Like, do you have it through Epic Games, or do you have it just, like, through, like, GOG or something? Yeah, it could be just Epic Game Services having an issue right now. Considering I just kicked Little Pop out again. Yeah, I'm not sure how to add people directly from Epic Games. You should be able to just join through the lobby, but yeah, if you can't see me here, I'm not sure what to do. So the only way I can invite players is through this. Wee. Might just be unfortunately kind of scuffed. This is always the downside of like peer-to-peer, though, I will say. It's just occasionally it can just be a bit finicky at times. Between firewalls and like hosts and other hosts and so on and so forth. I mean, there's Ludroth, so... I can try inviting Ludroth through Steam now. Yeah, I can try that. That's a good idea, too. Let me remake my lobby real quick. Like, that's usually the problem is, too. Is that, like, once you get into, like, a cursed or a broken lobby, it just stays that way. It might even be as far as, like, restarting the game entirely, but we'll just try this first. We'll try a refreshed home screen here. All right, and I'm on public. So let me invite Ludroth again. So much AB positive blood. Alright, little Papa join again. Okay, there's Ridge again, so okay, so I guess they're yeah. Go Jima. It's not tasty per se, just the like, it's the universal recipient, right? It's AB, like when you have AB positive blood, you can receive blood from anyone else, but your blood can only be given to other AB positive people. So to see only AB positive blood around, it kind of insinuates that everyone has the rarest type, not the rarest, but the universal recipient blood. Essentially, if you give AB positive blood to people who aren't AB positive, bad stuff happens. It is essentially very useless blood. It's either O negative or O positive that's the universal donor. I think is it O negative that's universal donor? One of those two. I think the plus and minus only comes into play when you're with pregnancy, if I recall correctly. Like the only time where I think plus and minus, I'm not a doctor, so correct me if I'm wrong too. I think the AB and O, you know, an O matter when you're actually getting and receiving it, and then the plus or minus really only matters when you're like pregnant, I think. Get stuck on loading. No, O is definitely the universal donor in that regard. AB is the AB plus is the universal receiver, and O something is the universal donor. O plus universal. Okay, yeah. I think I'm O negative, if I recall correctly. Last time I gave blood, I'm thinking I'm O negative. I still have my card for giving blood. I don't know. It's up around here. Yeah, okay, so that's generally the thing too I've noticed also, is like, once it gets finicky, you generally can't stay in the lobby for very long. So I'll remake the lobby one more time, and then once Lil Papa and Ragey get in, we'll basically just launch right off the bat. Like, I noticed this before the hotfix, is that when you sit in the lobby for a long time, you just invite errors in regards to peer-to-peer. Yeah, I am O positive, actually. Found it in my wallet. Yeah, I was having it. Oh, it's just my friend. I invited you via Steam, Jet. Try to just join via Steam. Sent you a few invites via Steam. All right, the lobby's up, so join quickly. I'll maybe give like a minute or two once you guys join to launch the game, because we have to go fast. Otherwise, it's gonna kick us out again. All right, there's Ludroth. So Lil Papa, and then that's already good to go too. Thank God. All right, Lil Papa, and then Ragey. Yeah, Steam friend invites do work, but like this will, if we're having the lobby bug where it kicks you out the innards, you do not have long before it will kick you out. It would be nice, actually. I wonder if it's possible or not to have lobby codes that you can just send out for a quick way to join. I'm not sure how well that's suited in EGS / peer-to-peer, but would be kind of nice just for a quick way of like dropping a code in chat and then having people join off that, as opposed to the browser. It is Lil Papa. Let's see if we can get. That was wait. Hold on. What the hell? There they go. What was it loading in? Now just Ragey. Ragey, are you attempting to join, by the way? I want to make sure you're actually trying before I rush the launch. Okay, I'll give you more minutes then. Stuck in loading, yeah, it's kind of cursed. If you're stuck in loading, I might need to just actually like have you join a different way, perhaps. No, maybe a little eventually. Little Papa, were you on a loading screen for a long time too, or was it pretty instant when you hit load in or join? Yeah, Steam's the quickest way of doing it. It's quick for you, so you're probably just cursed right now, Reiji. I would probably say restart. Let's just do one quick one too. If we're ready up, Little Pop, because I don't want to have you guys get bugged out again. Let's do a quick Alpha Mausoleum, and you can restart your game, Reiji, and try joining again after that. If you're stuck on infinite loading, it seems like Ludroth was saying too, like it just infinite. I don't think you're gonna get in. You're just gonna be stuck on that screen forever, so probably select Alt F4 and restart. Go quick though, maybe you can get in. But yeah, it's considering Little Papa says it was quick for him. It seems if it's not quick for you, you're just on an infinite load screen. So restart your game real quick. See, I will say too, actually, like, look how small the cows are. Like, the balloons, well, that one not so much. That one looks way too small, but like this balloon right here in the center does look like it's carrying a much smaller cows relative to its size. That one not so much, but like, that seems much more appropriate than these other cows here. Yeah, just restart your game real quick. See, Evan, no, never say that name. See, Evan. So, like, people are just, like, the prevailing theory is that it's just, like, a way for delivering food to your opens as, like, an incentive for doing a good job. I personally prefer my theory, where it's just... I don't even know. It's for food, naturally, right? It seems like a very silly way of losing second out. Yep, there's the lobby bug. So I have to remake now real quickly. Nah, but yeah, there's a lobby bug there, as you can see. Like, if we sit too long in the innards, eventually people time out. Alright, let me invite Samsung again. And then it should show up on peer-to-peer eventually. I'm gonna give like 2 minutes after the first person joins before I launch, because I don't want to have that happen again. So if you don't get in, sorry, but gotta be careful about just, you know, the lobby bug right now. Siege weapons. Drop pestilence, like trebuchets. Yeah, like, it's the same bug as last time, where it just, like, if you're in the innards for too long, it just bugs out. It's weird, though, too, because, like, once you're in a map, it's perfectly fine. It's only the innards that are weird. Like, only the innards, when you're pre-gamed, the lobbies bug out. Alright, so Lil Papa and then Reiji, you have, like, about 2 minutes to rejoin before I just go ahead and launch. I would like to wait, but unfortunately the lobbies just don't allow it right now. Yeah, there's Rage. The Rage is in now, so just a little Papa. Well, we know the cow, the balloon itself is a reference to Belinsky. Yeah, to Zane, like, it's just a weird quirk right now. Like, it's... there might be someone ahead of you, too, if Lil Papa's trying to join. You might be fighting over the last slot, and Lil Papa might be already, like, trying to join, perhaps. But if it's never not a quick load to Zane, it seems to be just bugged. The peer-to-peer seems to be kind of just quirky right now, unfortunately. There was a hotfix to help alleviate it, but it's definitely still bugged a bit. Okay, we'll wait. We'll hopefully give you enough time. Or whoever joins, you know, first, I guess. But yeah, no, a lobby code would be very nice in the future. Just a way to drop the lobby. Drop the lobby code in. Thanks, same. God, it's just like fucking... I mean, to be fair, flashlights for guns are actually that bright. They are meant to, like, literally blind and discombobulate you. Alright, go, go, go. That took a while. Oh well, eventually worked. Just no large amount of downtime.
I hate the surface. I hate the surface.
Little Papa has left the squad. That's not good. Wait, you're here though. That's a weird little note. Yeah, like we have these fortifications here too, but they don't have like anything inside. There's like, they're very hollow. I hope we see more of them in the future. Oh yeah, you can. If you want to make it like real short, you can. What? Are you scared of the medium X? Ah! Yeah, I mean, but like we're underground. Alright, you think the medium X is like gonna shoot us, but you know, we'll feed him. Fuck. Well, actually, weirdly enough, too, it is reinforced concrete, but like, if this was only dirt, man, it would be bad. Like dirt and wood, definitely would get crushed. See, it's safe in here. You don't have to worry, Ludroth. It's nice and cozy and safe. This is how it technically true. This is almost like kind of how it should be. Like these narrow, small, like winding trench lines, and then mechs overhead just walking around. Like that's the ambiance, right? Of just these giant trench lines and then mechs around you fighting. Tracer fire like going crazy overhead. The sounds of war. And just like leaving the trench lines is very dangerous because all the just random fire going around. And it'd be cool too, right? Like, for example, if like there's actually like Europans along the trenches on like stands, like shooting out and so on and so forth, and they were mainly just like not caring about you, right? Because you're just, they're not looking behind them, looking in front of them. Oh, brawlers. I didn't realize you can actually stealth kill these guys. That's interesting. Oh, I'm sorry, XO. XO, no. Hey, Mushi. Happy Friday. The XO's still here, though? Oh, yeah, it's that new guys. Be careful. Is that propane? Are they having a cookout, perhaps? It's probably fuel, like pressurized fuel, but it looks like propane. See, it's all fine and well. No one died in the scary trench lines. Oh, Red Baron. Your friend's here. Are you gonna find the... Go find your map. Also, watch out, there's a guy right next to you. I can't even see the other XO, it's like in the fire, I guess. Yeah, there it is. Which one? This is the VTAS, sorry, the TB19 VTAS from Aramaki, and then this is the G36. Just one of the regular flashlights. Just like, yeah, one generic ones you get from like Gurlo. If you go to Gurlo's and it's attachments, right, you can find it usually like under, I think, lamination, or like I think it's LAM, but like illumination, something like that. Yeah, you can't really find them in Raid. You need to buy them from Gurlo or Aramaki, I believe. But it'll be under one of their attachments. So did you find, by the way, Ludroth, your flag? Yeah, it's really nice because it's way more powerful than the rig light. So on dark maps, you can actually see. But like the rig light is a kind of a joke in comparison to this thing. Rage, did you find it? Rage found the flag. I'm wrecked. Oh, we're doing a pilot for a flag barter. This doesn't feel right, by the way. I'm not sure if selling humans for flags is appropriate. There's your person. Rage, you don't want your person? You don't want your indentured servant? Yeah, design. I actually really like those areas too, right? The very, very dark areas. I would love like more underground maps, like a cemetery, that are actually just like pitch black with like very little ambient lighting. Seeing like the small and glowing bits like cyborg eyes in the distance just looks really cool. Is that on Steam, Jacob? Try that real quick. That's Mudroth. There we go. Thanks, Fox. Appreciate it. Yeah, Ludroth, if you don't mind buying out, so we can get him in here. Oh, what map now? We're doing a trench in a while, actually. Let's do a trench. Alright, so... let me go ahead and invite your way. You go ahead and try that, Jacob, and see if that works better. Alright, what gun do I want to use? RPK time, perhaps? RPK. It could be M16 time, actually. Do M16 time, actually. And shotgun, let's use a surplus. Let's go old here. 5.56. Are you Archangel, Jacob? No, okay. Is Archangel someone in the chat currently? Speak now or you're getting kicked. Yeah, that's what I'm speaking right now to everyone else. Like, I don't want to kick anyone who's actually currently viewing the stream. Going once. Going twice. Going, adding some extra delay for the stream delay. Okay. Apologies for streaming, but I gave you a chance to actually... apologies for watching, but I did give you a chance to actually answer if you were watching. Oh, lobby bugged anyway. Interesting, actually. The lobby bug kicked out 2 people who were in there longer. Such a weird bug. Alright, you're making the lobby real quick, and I'll invite you, Jacob, and then the other 2 can rejoin. It's a weird lobby bug. Yeah, it just seems like if you're in the innards for too long, it just entirely bugs you out. Alright, let me invite Jacob. Sorry, I sent you an invite prom your way. And then Ragey and Lil Papa can rejoin. And it could be like too, Jacob, just a weird quirk right now with EGS. Maybe like go on to like EGS support and see if there's any weird bugs. You got the invite, yeah, from Steam. Let's hopefully see if you can actually join off of it though. Mr. Grooves, I mean, that is fair. No problem, Ragey. Thanks for stopping by and playing. It's fun. We are pretty fucking deep. The Wi-Fi in here can't be good. I'm gonna keep playing though. If you want to rejoin Loot Drop, you can. You can send an invite your way if you'd like. Sure, yeah. Keep the lobby open for now. Oh, there's Lil Papa. Yeah, it seems like a set time too. Like both Lil Papa and him got kicked for a little bit. Let's go, Mr. Grooves. Yeah, no, I'm hoping we get more fixes for this too, right? It was really good earlier on too, right? But like, unfortunately, just just ain't got it. Nice. Yeah, just a lot of weird. That's like peer-to-peer in a nutshell, though. Like that is the downside of peer-to-peer, is it can just be so quirky to get connections going sometimes. Now we just need one more. Hopefully, Jacob can get in. Though we are pressed for time though, because it will only be so long before someone gets kicked out just from the lobby bug. Is this just like infinite, like a loading screen, or are you like getting an error? I feel it's gotta be something with EGS though in peer-to-peer, perhaps, like maybe like a firewall setting. Yeah, that's fair too, right? Like the quirkiness of internet providers and then peer-to-peer connections. It just, yeah, there's a lot of different factors going into it. All right. I'm concerned one of you got DC'd from seeing this. All right, ready up whenever you're ready, by the way, guys, because I want to get this going before we get more people kicked out. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, that's always the weird thing, too. Like, it could be a router issue, too. Like, there are just so many, like, different points of failure with peer-to-peer. You pressed ready. How cursed are we right now? Yeah, whoever is Scav Girl, which I think is you, right, Hussein? That's a Lil Papa. One of you is just, like, floating midair. Yeah, that's what I was gonna try to do, Loot Drop, but I think we might be already cursed. I don't think it's probably a game issue, Jacob. It's much more likely to be a networking issue, like router-based or ISP or like EGS-based. There's Lil Papa God. It's just a weird lobby bug, and then, yeah, they're both gone. All right, I'm gonna remake the lobby one more time, and I'm gonna wait for both Hussein and Lil Papa to get in, and we're going. If anyone else can get in by then, that's fine, yeah. But it can be router things, like peer-to-peer connections are weird, and yeah, routers don't usually like them. Yeah, that's the plan, Loot Drop. I'm not gonna wait for very long. I was hoping to get Jacob in because he's been trying so hard for so long, but all right, lobbies remade. Join if you can. I'm gonna go ahead and put a timer for like 2 minutes on, and whoever's in 2 minutes gets in. So starting now. So 2 minutes from now, we're going in, whoever's in or not. Hopefully you guys can join. It's weird though too, right? Because like once you get inside the game itself, it's perfectly fine. It's such a weird thing. Like if because it's never happening when you're inside the game, it feels really weird that it happens inside the lobby. Like, you would expect it if it was like a networking issue to not work when you're... I don't think it's that... If it was AFK lobbies, it's so quick. It gets way overtuned. Our Lil Papa's in. Let's try to get Hussein in. I mean, EGS, yeah, I kind of lean that way too, but like, it's gonna be a weird quirk also. All right, ready up when you're ready. before we get kicked out. Ready up. Before the lobby crashes again. There we go. Let's hit it. Yeah, like that's one aspect of it too, Axion, but like it's just so weird how like once you're actually in the game, it's fine. Like it's only the innards level where it actually like bugs the hell out.
I hate the surface.
I didn't realize I picked this one. I guess we're going the reverse way. I will say heading up from these staircases too looks really cool. Yeah, like it's like 100% true, Axion. Like it's just there's so many different points of failure that it's really hard to like actually figure out where it's coming from. Yeah, it's a very weird quirk of these guys. They always like travel in lines. Yeah. That it's just the weirdest quirk though that like once you're in the game it never happens. I have never like I have maybe seen once perhaps there was someone like actually DC'd when they're actually already in the game. It's almost never happens. Like when they're actually like in a map like this. Don't forget to loot up, guys. Just grab all the loots. It's interesting too, like how we never see patrols down here, like except for this one patrol. But I imagine this room probably smells fucking awful though, so that's fair. But that's the weird though thing too, like so like they can join the lobby, it just seems like after a few minutes they basically get booted from the lobby. So it's causing it to like let them join, but then like get basically kicked out and blocked from the lobby outside of me restarting the game. Or starting like the actual lobby itself. And like Ludra could be right, it could just be like after a set amount of time, yeah, timeout, like a very, very aggressive timeout. Which seems a bit silly. But it also feels weird too, like the timeout like times you out, but like stops you from rejoining the lobby too. But like it feels weird too, like right, like why would they? Are we really using that much of EGS's bandwidth to like really warrant getting kicked out? Like are they really afraid of like people sitting in lobbies AFK all day? Yeah, it's gotta be some weird quirk. I don't know. They apparently hotfixed it too, but for the Fortnites, yeah. Well, like, that's the thing that too, like I'm not even sure if Fortnite actually might have servers, right? But like this is just strictly peer-to-peer, so it should be much more based on just like the connection between yourself and others, as opposed to the connection between like the middleman services that help you out with the connection themselves. Give me your alcohol. And I know we haven't talked about it in a while too, but like going back to my original point about mech trenches, like it's got kind of the same issues of Elephant Mausoleum, right? Where there's a bunch of like cool different pathways, like navigating through these trench lines, these really cool deep trench lines. But like there's not really any major destinations, right? Holy shit, that's a lot of EODs. That really like a conga line of all EODs, so many. But like you have the mech hangar, which I guess is like one of the more interesting points of interest, but there's not a lot there in regards to loot and stuff to do. It's just like it's an okay POI, but like there's not a lot there. And same thing with like the giant healing hangar, right? The med bay. Like it's not bad, but just for the two major POIs on the map, it's just not enough, and there's not enough depth to them. I guess we can do the extract. Also, be very careful, don't fall in the hole. There is nothing to do once you fall in the hole. Time to leave. Alright, we're good.
It's like Christmas came early. Now to open those presents.
Yeah, I do like the they're definitely like still rudimentary for now, but I do like the impact animation so far. There's definitely still some like stuff to add in eventually, but like it's really nice to see when things react to like external stimuli in games, right? It's not always the case you get that. And GG's. All right, we have 2 minutes. Go. We're gonna do. Let's do Frozen Swamp. Frozen Swamp will do. Let's start at well too. We don't have a lot of time. Let's not bring that though. It's a bit too aggressive. Alright, and meds. Good when you guys are. Yeah, like the maps do generally keep you busy for the most part. Like there's not a lot of downtime, which is nice. I will say though too, I definitely think like it's not necessary, but a nice quality of life feature when you're playing solo is like when you escape, you pause the game.
I hate
it would be nice quality of life feature for people who like maybe like enjoy playing slower and more methodically, to like be able to like pause their game when they want to go like, you know, get a drink. Good there. Be plenty of loot over here to the right. And honestly, like weirdly enough too, I know it's like kind of in a destitute state, but I always like thought this room would like this control room would be like a way or like a locked door you needed to drill through, like maybe high officers inside, like important people inside of this room too. When do they get command posts like here? I want to be like see like people inside too. Maybe some like high-tech people for Yoruska, or sorry, Europa. Actually, I know there's this one to the left, but does this one work too? Actually, because it kind of does. Yeah, you find like the one clean room in the entire Foreverwinter. Someone actually decided to like sweep up all the dirt. Beautiful. Yeah, so like that's the normal like little Pabazon, right? That's the one you usually go on. But I'm curious about this one to see how far it goes. Your helicopter? Okay, here's a real big freaking question. Is any of this real? There's definitely a helicopter over there. Alright. Just saying, I have bad news. This is probably not real. Yep. Oh god. Oh god, it hurts. The poor choppers, man. They definitely need some better animations here and there. And that the ability to like go up and down. Yeah, I kind of really hope they like lean into props being more real than from now on. Like, this map's great, don't get me wrong, but like so many of the props around the map are just ethereal in nature. Not even ethereal, right? You can't see through them, but like they're not real. They're solid. Actually didn't bring any drills, so whoops. Nah. Go crazy then, we're at the drill place. Plenty of things to drill into. I haven't really explored over here. That's just another train track over there? Like a pipeline? Oh, it's like a... What are you? A refinery wall? There's a
There's a wall right there, but we can go up this way, right? Not really. Like, it looks like I got a bunch of weird things. It's just got a bunch of like fuel containers along with antennas and stuff. Maybe it's like a giant jamming wall. Like maybe it's like a giant perimeter wall supposed to like stop drones from sneaking in. And perhaps it runs off gasoline. Alright, let's continue on. A wall? Yeah, I can see that means like to like keep in water, I guess, or keep out water. Perhaps to stop flooding. I can see that too. Because we are like in a low-lying area here. I'll get it like on like the third-party viewer too and like, check it out later. Yeah, Happy Bell, it does require, like, it's a surprisingly actually, like, pretty intensive, CPU game, but I will say, the patches have made it better, but if you were getting really, really, like, unplayable FPS on the demo, it probably wouldn't make it that much better. But this game does, like, require a surprisingly decent CPU, along with a surprisingly decent GPU, too, like, I've heard people getting like apparently like the Steam Deck and like maybe 1080s working on it, like 20-30 FPS, but other than that, be rough. It's not even that, you just need like a newer, it's not even about the multi-core aspect of it, like that does help to some extent probably. But it's more just having like a newer CPU, right? Like even one of this lower end newer CPUs would probably work a lot better. Though you would like get more better CPUs though, especially with X3s, I imagine. From AMD. What i7 though? What's spec of i7? Remember, Intel's nomenclature is weird with their processors, right? So like i7 doesn't really mean a lot because the different the different generations of i7 mean a lot. Like i7 now doesn't even matter. You should I feel like you should be able to run it though on with DLSS on. I will say I don't think the demo has DLSS. If I recall correctly. Whoa, so 50 FPS is definitely, is that not playable for you? Okay, unload DLSS, okay. I run a 5800X and it's better. Try checking your specs though, Happy Belly. Go to your CPU, go to your BIOS, check a few things, make sure it's optimized, make sure that everything's on, it needs to be on, so on and so forth. I feel like, yeah, you should be perfectly fine for the most part. Yeah, so I have a 5800X, a 5800, and a 3080, and I run all high. I run 2K all high, but I do scale it down to 60%. So it's not true like 2K, but it works well. If you have a stutter, okay, so the big thing about the stutter, so if you ever have a stutter in this game, go to your control panel for NVIDIA. And wait for that opens. That's a relatively newer i5. It's not the newest, but like it's still like got plenty of single core processing power. Okay, so when you have an NVIDIA card in the current day and age, you need to increase your shader cache size. I think the base default is 10. Hopefully you have the space. This does take up storage space. but up it to 10, like 100 gigabytes or unlimited, depending on like if you have space or not. Because what that will do is what typically happens with the stuttering, right? Is it's having to redo the shaders because it doesn't have enough storage space to store all the shaders for the game or other games, right? With more games using Unreal Engine 5 and shaders, they take up that space and it has to delete those old shaders and overwrite them and then redo the shaders. So that happens a lot. So try increasing your space there, and that usually will help with stuttering. It won't solve it if it's a different issue, but like I've had reports that a lot of people have that issue and that fixes it. Okay, let's not take too long before they get kicked out. Regions. Scrapyard? Mesa? Let's do Mesa. City ruins. I just need guns real quick. RPK. 7.62. It's not a lot of ammo. Vendors, Aramaki. Consumables, medkits, let's bring. Sure. Alright, ready when you guys are. Doing the mesas. Just wait on you to same, by the way, before the lobby kicks everyone out. Alright, we're good. Little Papa. Alright. Gotta go fast. Before the game nukes you from orbit. I don't. Someone's flying. I really don't feel like they should probably use, like, so people have mentioned like the one for jamming and the one for like magazines, and I think it's, while I do like the aspects of that in Tarkov and say, for example, because we're for immersion, it is a clunky feature, and like I'm not sure if the gain of it is really worth the effort. Like, is it cool and fun? Yeah, it can be that at times. It can be frustrating too. But I'm not sure if like this game really needs the tedium of dealing with magazines and dealing with jamming. Though, like, if anything, I wouldn't mind magazines a bit more. Like, if it was jamming or magazines, I would pick magazines over jamming, but I'd probably just not really want either. Or rather, I don't think the game needs either. And when it's a trade-off of like something else, I'd rather have something else than those mechanics or features.
As perfect a day as any.
Nuggets. There they go. What are you shooting, little Papa? Did you shoot a media mech? Well, it seemed pretty chill though. Okay. Oh, Sean, I thought you were like going crazy balls to the wall, killing a medium mech. I was like, sure, why not? They are killable. They're just kind of tanky without grenade launchers. Oh, nice. Do you actually have the quest to turn it in with? Oh, just loot all the containers. I think there might be a second container for it. But yeah, just loot all the containers that hopefully will spawn in one of them. Wait, what do you want to test? All right, this one right here, water map. Ignore the pictures, please. Don't pick up the pictures. I think you picked up the pictures. Why are the EODs so crazy about the pictures? It almost warrants a video. If it was a scene. It probably warrant like April Fool's video. Why do the EODs not want you to have pictures? The grand conspiracy. Yeah, we have 3 at a time. Oh no, it's fine. It's a common occurrence on this map to pick up pictures and have everyone hate you. I'm not sure if it goes that deep, to be honest. It would be funny to try to rationalize it, but I don't think it goes that deep. But I can make it go that deep. God, they respawn so quickly, too. You know where we haven't been in all day today? Inside the crawler in Ashen Mesa. Oh, they already respawned again over there? I guess we do have to Sane's water map. We can probably leave. Especially considering the EODs too. Let's not fuck with the XO. That's real unfortunate timing here. All right, let's go around the XO. Just go through these guys real quick. There's the HKs across the way. They're like one of the few units exempt from despawns. And like, so like Lake Quest units, HKs will spawn and stay on the map regardless until you kill them. They don't have any despawn triggers. And also they have infinite ammo, by the way, too, apparently. Because they're just letting it rip. Oh yeah, no, like the LMG EOD HKs, if they have a clear line of sight to you, they do not care. They just start firing. Yeah, going by to get something up here. We can extract in a second. I just want to get some things. Some alcohol. They really do not like you having their pictures, or I guess pictures. They get very upset, which kind of warrants the reason why they care so much. Like data caches, sure, I can understand data caches, but pictures? All right, we're good. Time to skedaddle. Zane? Ouch. Yeah. Gotta be very careful with mantling in this game. Mantling really likes killing you. Why not? Oh, I had to aim at you first? Okay. That's weird. Yeah, that works. Yeah. Be very... That's like one reason, too, to bring pneumatic jump. Like, when you want to, like, jump onto a railing, but not jump over the railing, you almost have to use a pneumatic jump, because otherwise you have a very good chance of mantling over the railing and then falling to your death. Alright. That's it for me today, everyone. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the community stream. We had a few bugs here and there, but I think for the most part it went pretty well. The goal is probably to do this every other week, like every other Friday. So 2 Fridays from now should be it again. Though we might see if scheduling changes in the future, though. If that happens, I'll keep you guys appraised. But thanks for watching. Have a good weekend. See you guys on Monday. New video sometime later next week, probably. An actual deep dive. But yeah, every other Friday. Yeah, Ludroth. But GG's. Have a good weekend, and I will see you all later.